vlog, which I have literally just said. How is that easier? What? Like, confusing. Maas is just like my addiction, and I will not apologize for it whatsoever. My name is Monique, welcome back to the Cauldron, and it is Monday, which means it is time for a new reading vlog. Why are these doing this? If you didn't know, this is Bookwitch Reviews, my channel, and because it is Monday and because I am me, I started a new reading vlog immediately after I have finished my other one. So if you've just seen me in this outfit, it's just because it's still Monday. So over the weekend I obviously took part in the 48-hour book-hopalathon, readathon held by Becca and the Books, which meant that I read a solid 4 books over the weekend and half of a new one, which is what I am. I'm currently reading the very first book in the Dragons of Pern series, which is called Dragonflight. It is a series that I have always held dear to my heart. However, I never knew how long it was, and I've never actually read the rest of the series. I've only read an original trilogy that is like, it's the like 3rd to 5th book in the series, called the Harper Saga. And so I have decided, after I hauled the majority of the series secondhand a while back, I want to read the entire series, and then I will reread the Harper Saga, which is the little series. This is my Danish edition. It's one of my most well-beloved books. The Dragons of Pern series is a sci-fi fantasy series that was started in the 1970s. That's 50 years ago, which means that some of it is a little bit outdated. So though I'm really enjoying this read of the very first book, which is like, you know, like the classic trade paperback, we do have some fat phobia in here, which I had completely forgotten like existed in old school fantasy, and it is because the authors are using it as like a way of showing off that people are lazy or stupid, and then they're fat because of it, which is just, you know, annoying and not what we want to read about. But I am hoping for it to, you know, like progress. And basically this sci-fi fantasy series follows the inhabitants of a planet called Pern that many eons before was populated by people from Earth who habited this planet, and then hundreds of years later they have forgotten all about their connection to another world. However, they regularly are under threat from this phenomenon called threads, which is when a red star is close to their planet, and then it sends these filaments through that basically kills everything on the surface of the world. And to combat that, they have dragons. And so in the very first book we follow Lassa, who ends up becoming a possible candidate to become the new Weir woman, which means that she is the leader of this dragon nest. It's called a Weir nest, and I love it very much. I love dragons. I love the series, even with its faults, which I will point out obviously as I read them. But yeah, other than that, it's also just like, you know, like a classic sort of sci-fi fantasy in the fact that we don't actually know that much about the characters. They're not the focus, the world is the focus, and I love this world. So I'm excited about reading the entire series for the very first time, and then obviously revisit some nice memories and also dragons. So that is the Monday update. I will speak to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Good lunchtime, babies. It is now Tuesday, and I thought I would just come in with a quick little reading update. I did finish Dragonflight this morning, ended up really enjoying it. As I mentioned yesterday, it's just sort of written in that almost archaic fantasy way where it's just sort of like action, but also let me tell you this minuscule weird idea about this planet that we're on. But I'm very excited about continuing on with it. So what I am meant to read now is Lore by Alexandra Bracken, which is on my TBR because I only have 3 books left on my TBR and I have a week and a half to read them, so I should be able to do that. Do I want to read Lore right now? No. Do I want to read it in general? Yes. Problem is that all I want to do is reread Crescent City, and I just should not be doing that right now because it is a long book and it takes time, but I want to. So I will check in with you guys tomorrow about what I have decided to read. I am really going to try and have it be lore, because that's what we're meant to be reading right now, so that I can do TBR Tombola as a proper little human being, and also so that I do not have to put in extra books for next month, because next month is April, which means Camp NaNoWriMo, and I need to return to writing. So I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Good morning, team. It is now Wednesday. And I thought I would come in with a quick little reading update. Don't mind my super phrase. I had a shower this morning, but I did resist the temptation of Crescent City, and I did start my third to last book on my TBR, which is Lore by Alexandra Bracken, which is basically like a modern myth. So we are set in nowadays New York, but the Greek gods, 9 of them have been punished, and so every 7 years they have this battle almost called the Argon, where certain families can hunt and kill these gods and then take their immortality and their power. So it is an interesting one. I am about 112 pages in, and I'm actually very much enjoying it, so I'm hoping that this will be a nice, like almost like adult Percy Jackson type thing, because I love Percy Jackson and I love mythology. And then we also got some book mail. This is from Illumicrate because of the national cardboard shortage. We have not the yellow that we usually do, but this is their Court of Silver Flame box. Let us see. We got the goodies. We got a pin, and we got a regular hardback edition of A Court of Silver Flames. Let's look at the pin first. So apparently they had like a Starfall box a couple of years ago, before I knew what a Illumicrate was, and this is the pin set. So it says Stars Eternal and Night Triumphant. It's very cute. And we have the great finale, the big finale. So these are dust jackets made by Lithium Art, whom I love, for the whole Akatar series by Sarah J. Maas. And this, you can already know that this is stunning. Guys, look at, it's like a beautiful matte feel as well, finish. Oh my god. So this is A Court of Thorns and Roses. We got A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm crazy about the back. That is stunning. We got the Frost and Starlight. Oh, I love that foiling. Stunners. Theater Circle. We got A Court of Wings and Ruin. Look at that foiling. And more. And then last but not least, the babes. A Court of Silver Flames. Look, look, look at that foil baby. I'm gonna be in love forever. These are stunning. It is Thursday and I am off. I have just been on a little trip to London to finally get my passport sorted out, and it is possibly the easiest thing I have ever done, which surprised me because it was supremely hard to do it 10 years ago when I was in Denmark, and now I'm in another country renewing my passport and it's easier than the first time. How is that easier? What, like, confusing. But I just wanted to come in with a quick little reading update. I'm gonna go meet my girlfriend in a moment for like a longer walkish time, and then I most likely won't check in later because that's just who I am lately. I haven't done a whole lot of reading. I didn't do any reading yesterday, but I did do reading obviously on the train to London today. So I am almost halfway through Lore, still very much enjoying it. Lore as a character is like peak entertainment. And also I love this like monstrous way that Alexandra Bracken is trying to talk about like gods that are like obviously both reborn as themselves but also occasionally are killed and then are themselves but now god-ish. That's the whole like point of this Argan thing. So I've seen a lot of people being like, oh, it's like Percy Jackson meets the Hunger Games, and it's sort of true so far. I'm hoping for a little bit more action, but I also just really love this edition. So this is the Owl Crate edition. I think it looks pretty much like the regular edition except for like the cover is different, and also obviously then it's like signed. But I look at these nice black like thingy edges, and then they have these really cool like, this is like family, like the different family lines, and it's just, yeah, it's cool. I like cool stuff, and I just thought I'd come in and do that, and I will check in with you guys most likely tomorrow. Let's be honest. There'll most likely be beach content though, because the beach. I'm trying not to listen. I'm distant, I'm distant. I'm trying not to lose my mind, but it's working. Good morning, team. It is Friday. This is our house guest for a few days. This is Biscuit. You may have seen her previously. She is my best friend's cat who we are cat sitting for a few days. She is a little old lady and I love her very much. So you may see her most likely over the weekend because she's a little cute one. I just thought I should officially introduce you to the baby. She's a hairy one. But yes, it is Friday. I am about 300 pages into law. I still have, I think, 200 pages left. So I need to go back to reading. I've just been having a bit of a chiller week reading. I think I may have overdone it over the weekend with the Bookathon, but you know, still trying our best. But don't ask me what this is. We decided to go for a walk yesterday and it sort of started half raining. My hair was doing okay things, and then we kept walking and then we both got drenched. So also did some more makeup stuff today. Excuse me, young lady, where do you think you're trying to go? Biscuit? Biscuit! What are you doing? What do you think you're doing back there? Excuse me. Hi, Widdles. Biscuit. Hello. Hello, little Biscuit. Hello. I don't think that you would get calmer in your old age. I know. Monday, which means it's the end of this reading vlog, and I did not really update over the weekend because it just didn't happen. So let's just do a quick little reading dump basically. So on Friday I did finish reading Law by Alexandra Bracken. I ended up giving this 3 stars. I enjoyed aspects of it, mainly the mythology aspect. I also really loved the sort of descriptions of New York and sort of how this Greek mythology myth almost like intertwined with like the setting of New York and the setting of like almost these like secret cults, secret death cults. I don't know if I explained that very well, but that is what it was. So I enjoyed bits and bobs of it, and other bits I just didn't enjoy as much. So I am happy I read it. But yeah, it's a firm in the middle of the road sort of book for me. And then I was meant to continue my TBR, which I probably would have been closer to finishing right now, but that was not what I did. I have been keeping myself from rereading Crescent City for a while now, and I simply could just not stop myself anymore. So on Friday afternoon, I started a reread of this little fat baby. I also absolutely love this like wine red burgundy color underneath the actual cover. It also obviously has some big fat fingerprints on there from me. I tabbed it. So in case you didn't know, how the House of Earth and Blood / Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas is an adult urban fantasy book. In some ways, it's also almost a little bit sci-fi in between. We're basically in this book set in a world that is much like our own, but where every magical being you can ever think of exists. But we also have technology, so technology and magic goes together. And in this book, we follow Bryce Quinlan, who is a half-fae, half-human girl who very early on in the book suffers a traumatic loss that 2 years later still haunts her, and suddenly she is embroiled in a murder investigation where she gets this honking, brooding bodyguard, and they have to sort things out together. It is intense. It is drama-filled. Do I love it with all of my soul? Absolutely. I read it when it came out last year. I did a reading vlog for it and a reaction vlog for it and a review for it. The reading vlog and the reaction thing was a one thing, but I'm going to leave links to both of them down below so that you can check out my opinions on it if you would like to. And honestly, I love this book even more the second time around. Like, even though I knew all of the twists were happening, I still cried at chapter 79. I cried at the end. I wanted to cry in the beginning. I desperately want the second book, which on Goodreads says that it's coming out in November, but I feel like we would have gotten some sort of more information by now if it was coming out in November. Maybe I can still hope that we get it, but honestly, this book is just like, it's crack for me. Sarah J. Maas is just like my addiction, and I will not apologize for it whatsoever. So I'm very excited about the fact that I got to do my little reread over the weekend and just stick in all of the tabbies. So this is just, yeah, this is gonna be good. I cannot wait for more of this world, because Sarah J. Maas's brain just, it does things. It does sneaky things, and there are also still certain things that I brought up in my review that I'm still like, I want more of that. And now I can be like, once the next book comes out, I can find all of the things and stare at it. But very excited about my reread there. I can't help it. That was what I wanted to read. And reading is about enjoyment. And I wanted to re-enjoy Bryce Quinlan and this snark. So much snark. But this, however, means that I don't know if I will make it on my TBR, which I was really trying to do this month, because next month is April, and that means that Camp NaNoWriMo takes off again, and I am determined to get back into some sort of writing routine. So my writing vlogs will be back up again if I can figure them out. Maybe. These are the two last books on my TBR. I have read all of the books that I had left over from other ones, so I am going to try and start one of these. I could easily just do my reread of Vision of Silver, which is the third book in the other series by Anne Bishop. However, because I know that I can read this so fast, I should read The Once and Future Witches by Alix E. Harrow, which is a book that I'm very excited about reading, but I don't know if I am in the mindset of reading that right now. So, you know. That is it, team. That is the end of this reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then don't forget to leave a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button at the same time so you don't miss out on any of the videos from me. You can also click the little bell which will give you a notification when I put up a new video. And yes, this is just what my hair looks like, and we will all survive together. Let me know what you read in the comments below, and then I will see you guys very soon with another video. Remember that I'm proud of you and you're doing great. I'll see you soon. Bye.